I bought my ex a new Tesla. I love orchids, but I killed them. Any antihistamines for like one entire week before that, which was actually the most difficult part. Like living in the city is so overrated. Stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. Traffic lights. Okay, it's a 140 lane. It's a 140 lane and this guy is driving 131. And I'm sure it's a man, even though I'm an interracial production. Then a few things started happening in my life that I always really had in my heart and I wished for deep down. And then they started to come true. So really, what do? I love him so much and I've made a commitment. So I just finished my appointment to get my allergy vaccine. I don't know how many I've done so far. Maybe like I've done between 8 to 10 visits. And that means, and I'm doing 2 injections every time because I've got so many allergies. So my left arm is where they put the cockroach extract in or whatever it's called. And then the other side is everything else that I've mentioned. Don't know why it's separate with the cockroach. I think there's a certain number of how much they can put into one vial. Oh, so let me explain the allergy process. So basically, you do the allergy test, which is, at first, what I had done a couple of months before this was a blood test where they tell you your allergies, not just for food, but also like airborne allergies. So I did find out I was allergic to dust and dogs, but I didn't know about the cockroaches and everything else. Then when I came to this allergy specialist, I'm like, yo, I've already done my allergy tests. Oh, cute. There's this lady with like a really cool haircut and she's walking past with like orchids. I love orchids, but I killed them. So I don't have them anymore because it just wasn't fair to the orchids. Anyways, I go on a lot of tangents. I think it's my B12 deficiency. So then I came to this doctor here. We did an allergy test, but it was like, they call it a prick test. So you lay down, you're not supposed to take any antihistamines for like one entire week before that, which was actually the most difficult part in my opinion, because I had an event that week and I was like sniffling and my nose was running and it was terrible. Oh, thank you, sir, for letting me enter. And it was really, truly awful. Oh my gosh, golden retriever. Look at him. He doesn't want to walk with you, woman. Just take him home. You can tell he's so tired and it's hot. It's like 30 degrees outside and he's got a full coat and he's not moving. Anyways, the tangent has happened again. I've been more self-aware of my tangents, so at least that's some progress. So you're supposed to do this test without any antihistamines in your system for at least a week before, so that I swear Marina's overrated. Like living in the city is so overrated. That's why I live on the outskirts. Like just stopping and stop, go. It's traffic lights, humans, pedestrians, motorcyclists. It's too much. I know that's what driving is all about, but like, did you know it's so annoying? You don't take antihistamines for a week before so that your body, they can tell through the prick test what you're actually allergic to. So the nurse laid me down on my back and I had to put that like gown on, the one you tie in the back. So she came in and then on my back she drew some lines. It was basically like tic-tac-toe on my back. That's what it felt like she was drawing, just like squares. And then she takes this like little needle and just grazes your back. And then she puts these like little drops on the graze so you can get an allergic reaction. And then she leaves me in the room for a couple minutes. And I fell asleep. I was so tired. I fell asleep. I woke up, the doctor came, he looked at my back, and then they have codes for what I'm allergic to. So salmon and some other fish was inconclusive, but everything else I mentioned earlier, what I'm allergic to, and then based on what you're allergic to and those like little vials or extracts or whatever, they create a vaccine customized to you and what you are allergic to. So the theme of what I'm noticing in my life right now, since I've been on my like wellness journey, is that everything is customized to you because you as a human are so unique and individual. So that's what I've noticed has helped me the most, is literally customized treatments, not cookie cutter treatments. So yeah, also I need to call my mom. She's coming over today and I need to pack for Umrah and stuff, so let's call her. Hi, Ma!
Hi, Ma!
Are you on your way?
Yeah, 7 minutes. Ma, you don't have technology.
I do have technology, but I wasn't checking technology.
Check technology.
Okay, do you have the house key?
Of course.
Okay, I'm just double checking, not joking.
Not joking. 7 minutes, inshallah.
Are you coming with me for the infrared sauna tonight? No ice bath, just sauna.
Yeah, I told you I'm coming now. Why you confirmation so much?
Okay, but yani, you know, Ma, I don't check my messages properly anymore. It's like my post. It's like just something I've noticed about myself after the divorce. I'm just like, you texted me, and then I was just like, okay, I'll see what she says. Okay, so it's a virtual call, right?
Virtual, yeah, offline and online, and I will finish by 7:30. So immediately we can go. No, 7:30 we have to be there.
Just do it virtually. I lied to you about the time because you're always late, but since you're at the house anyway, it's at 7:50. It's at 7:50 in JVC. So we're going to this place called Contrast. So it's at 7:50 p.m. So we'll leave the house by like 7:15, so we can get there on time.
Okay. 6:30 to 7:30 it is. So I don't know what time I finish. I will check and you will see. Now we will talk live.
Friday, I got invited for a suhoor from this media company. You remember Reem, the lady who came, and she's the CEO of TI22 Films? You met her.
I think she was wearing red that day.
Yeah. So anyway, so she and her company invited me for suhoor. So I was like, can I bring my mom? And they agreed. So we'll go.
On Friday is what date?
14th, I think.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be there only with you. No, after coming back, I will go to Lilac.
Oh, so I work with a functional medicine doctor as well. And I'm actually happy I didn't have my sunglasses in the car earlier because I was told how your cells don't operate the way they need to operate if they don't see the sun through your retinas or something like that. So basically, don't use sunglasses and let your eyes adapt to the sun, because you're supposed to experience the sun entering your eyes, not staring at the sun, okay, but just you don't need sunglasses because it confuses your cells. But I will understand and be able to explain more about this by having my functional medicine practitioner on the show. Okay, it's a 140 lane. And this guy is driving 131, and I'm sure it's a man because of the car. Why are you driving so low on a lane that's supposed to be 140? And then I have one guy behind me. Why are you going? Why? This is Ramadan. You're supposed to be patient, and I can't even enter the other lane because I'm boxed in. What do you want me to do? Tell me. And I really need to get off this lane because I need to take an exit. Anxiety. But yeah, this person is the biggest problem, because why are you going 125 on a 140 lane? And there's no one in front of him. I checked. Disrespectful. Oh, I need to also, so earlier when I was making brownies, I made 2 batches. One was for the nurses and then one was for the kids next door. Now overtake me. Wow. Big boy with his big car. At least the number plate is nice. That's probably why he's driving like a pretentious individual. Yeah, and I forgot to like put some coconut oil on the pan before putting the batter. So now I'm worried it's stuck. Oops. So I need to see the state of that. I need to go home and see what the situation is. And also the Snickers, they caramelized and kind of like exploded on the top because I made it with Snickers, because that's this little girl's favorite treat. Oops. Anyways, I think this is like the ugliest batch of brownies I've made to date. And like the least efficient. The one I made for the nurses, I remembered to put coconut oil on the pan, but this one I forgot. Let's see what happened. I'm gonna pack for Umrah when I get home. Wait, okay, let's do some mathematics. Okay, now it's 5:12. What time is gonna be? Iftar at 6:32 p.m. So I can get home, pack, break my fast, pray, go work out, come home, eat, pray Isha, pray Taraweeh, Wait, what time is that gonna be though? Yeah, I think this is gonna be my plan. So I do have time to pack and then I'm done, so I can just chill when I'm back after the infrared sauna tonight. And then tomorrow early morning we're catching the flight to Jeddah. I'm not excited about the crowds of Umrah. Like watching all this on social media right now, it's giving me anxiety with how many people are going to be there. And I'm worried about, like, you know, it's supposed to be a peaceful pilgrimage, and all the vlogs I've watched about it talk about how people shove and push while you're walking. That I don't like that. I like personal space, and it's a mixed space where both genders are walking together. I don't want to be shoved by some man or anybody for that matter, to be honest, because yeah, I need personal space. Like I don't I'm not a physical touch person unless I'm married to you, so I don't like anyone touching me. Like I'll give you a hello and goodbye hug, but don't give me like surprise touches in between. Like and I know it's like platonic, but like ew. Like this is the only benefit of COVID, was people had so much space. That was the only thing I liked about COVID. One thing I did incorporate into my fasting was Celtic salt, and that's because my functional medicine doctor told me to incorporate it into my meals. It's really helped in terms of the thirst factor, and she told me to just have it like a pinch with a glass of water or just put it directly into my mouth. It's been nice. It's been a nice addition to my fasting. So I got into Ramadan and a more spiritual journey in 2024. So I was born and raised Muslim, but it wasn't really strict despite where I'm from and my family name. So even though I'm an interracial production, my parents were both Muslim from birth. And then, I don't know, like in the household itself, when the influence of my grandmothers was no longer there from both sides, that's when like we weren't as religious as a household, because my parents did it to appease and please their mothers. So when Allah yarhamha, my father's mother passed, that's when it kind of like died down from my father's side. And then my mother's mother, my nanima, she moved to the US to be with her other daughter. And then my parents weren't really religious anyway if they didn't have their parents there. So I just wasn't really raised religious. I had Islamic classes in school, but to be honest, I never really paid attention until I had to like cram for an exam. And you know, that's why like for the longest time I didn't wear hijab, I didn't cover up, and even now I haven't fully committed to the hijab as well. So it's like a little bit awkward in terms of like the cultural norm, but I've learned, and I'm trying to teach myself, that I don't really care about what culture and society expects of me. I'm just going to do what I want, and it's me and my relationship with Allah. And then last year is when I really became way more spiritual, almost overnight. So I went from not really praying and actually forgetting how to pray, because I used to pray as a child because I had to in my grandma's house, but then as an adult I never really prayed. So I forgot how to pray properly, and the sequence of things and everything. And I was going through a really tough time. Like I went through something personal, and we were on the phone, and I had checked in with him for the first time in a really long time, and Ramadan was coming up. And he's like, Jaheena, you need to fast this year and really commit to praying, because that's the only thing that's going to save you. And I didn't really understand his point of view, but now, a year later, I get it. He's like, just pray. He's like, just look, it's Ramadan, it's 30 days, just fast and make sure you're praying as well. And before, when I did fast, it was because it was what my grandma wanted, not what I was doing for myself and my relationship with Allah. So I was like, okay, fine, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot. 30 days, that's it. So I've downloaded an app, so I'm making sure that I pray correctly, and it's called Namaz. And you just play the audio, and you can have it next to you while you're praying, and then you can see what positions you need to take. Everything is written, and there's audio that I would put in my headphones, and then follow the instructions. So by the end of the month, I knew exactly how to pray. I learned new surahs, which was amazing. I was fasting, and the fasts were easy. Well, I was on Manjaro, or was it Wegovy at the time? I was on some GLP-1 medication, so I wasn't hungry anyways, but there was just something that felt good in myself. And it was like an unexplainable lightness in my soul with praying. Then a few things started happening in my life that I always really had in my heart and I wished for deep down, and then they started to come true. And I was like, subhanallah, literally subhanallah, like look at how Allah is blessing me. And then something really good happened to my mom, like really amazing. And I was like, wow, this is like, I just cried. When she told me, I was so happy and so grateful that I just started crying. And I'm not a big crier, okay? I'm not anymore. I was at one point in my life when I started like life coaching seriously, but now I'm good. So for me to cry like that was just, you know, it was very touching to me. And my mom said to me, she's like, look, Jahena, you started praying properly, and look at all the goodness that's coming, not into just your life, but my life as well. And I was like, that's it, I have to commit. And I'm the kind of person, if I make a promise to myself or anybody else, I will stick to it. So since then, I've made sure I've prayed and haven't missed a prayer. I've been fasting, making up for my fasts, praying during Shawwal, fasting in the month of Shawwal, because it counts, I think, 10 times more, and things like that. So alhamdulillah, like I just feel very blessed in practicing the religion I was already blessed to be born with. So alhamdulillah for that. But it took a really tough time in my life for me to reach that point. And for the people that know me personally, they're very shocked with the spiritual journey that I've taken. But since I've done that, I've actually saved a lot of money on my nails, for example, because I used to get them manicured and done, but you're not supposed to do that when you're praying. And I feel healthier and better in myself, and like my back pain has reduced a lot since I started praying. I don't know if it's correlated or not, but I also did lose a lot of weight since. And I feel like when things don't work out for me, I'm more grateful and more at peace than I was when I wasn't praying, because I know Allah has a better plan for me. And even with my divorce, I prayed istikhara so much when I found out that my ex cheated on me, because I was like, really, what do? I love him so much, and I've made a commitment to you. In the eyes of Allah, I'm like, this is my person in this life and the afterlife, like that's it. So what am I, what? And praying istikhara as much as I did, I really felt I received a very calm answer of, I need to prioritize myself and get this divorce done. And I'm so proud of myself for doing that. It was one of the hardest conversations, decisions, and plans I had to execute of my life until this point. But it was easier because I had faith, truly. And I also feel like I was always a very grateful person, but now I have structure in my gratitude being a practicing Muslim now, because there are a lot of us that are Muslim, but we don't practice it. Like I was watching this video that Omar Suleiman posted during his Ramadan series, and he's like, how many Muhammads do you know that don't act like the Prophet? And I was like, wow, that's so true. So you could be born Muslim, doesn't mean you're practicing, and there's no judgment from my part. It's just when you do find your faith, whatever faith it is, whatever religion it is so peaceful. Like it's so peaceful. It's supposed to be peaceful, not chaotic. So I just wish that for everyone. I wish for everyone to just have inner peace. And that's actually something that a guest on my show mentioned, Daniel, and she is quite religious. She's Christian and she is religious, and you can truly see like the peace that she has inside her, and she spreads just so much light and positivity into the world because of that. And I just really love her and her dips. Like, just shout out to Daniel for just being such an incredible human being, and spreading that. I'm excited to see Mom. I'm excited. She's going to spend pretty much a whole week with me, which I'm excited about. And why didn't she park her car so she could charge it? Or did she already charge it? I don't know. Anyways, so I gifted her the Tesla that I bought for my ex. There's going to be more on that later on. But long story short, I bought my ex a new Tesla. Not a new Tesla, the latest Tesla, because it was slightly used. And oh my gosh, why is this little girl running towards me? Stop. Hi! How are you?
Good.
I made brownies. Yeah, but I made them and then I left the house. I need to check if they're still good.